Rachel.
Morning, Jeff.
Of 130 boys at Handsworth Grammar School. Alexander's now studying at the Slade Art School in London and called on his old art teacher for help with an original project. Brendan Lynch allowed his former pupil to work with his Year 7 classes.
I hate this time of year. April is the cruelest month. Well, it certainly is for one young woman and her family. Oh, I don't know, Morse. I've been looking into my pension. I mean, you pay in all your life and you think you're all right, but when the time comes, it's not half what you thought it was going to be.
You're not.
Oh, no. Mind you, you've got to make way for the young sometime.
Why? You can't retire, sir. And what would you do? Learn to make filet de boeuf en croûte and creme brulee?
Well, as a matter of fact, it's all very well for you. You're not married. Don't you ever get sick of it, Morse? Spending your entire life on shootings, stabbings, strangling.
Work. That's the secret of life. You have to buckle down and give it your best. And that's what my father said.
Oh. And you better buckle on down after Lewis and see who shot this poor girl. And you will give it your best, won't you?
Yeah, that's it.
My brother thinks it's...
So, I saw him. Definitely a him.
Well, do you think I can't tell the difference at my age? 2 husbands I've had, 6 children, 18 grandchildren.
Did you hear a shot or any loud bangs?
20 past. I was just putting the ashes out. Going down the back he was. He had a hat on and all. I thought he was her fancy man.
All right.
Thanks very much.
Come on, let the officer.
When can you give us a statement, Inspector?
Chief Inspector.
We have deadlines, you know.
I don't know what the Chief Super told you, sir, but...
Super Lewis is losing his grip.
Well, he's getting on.
No, he's not. He's the same age as...
You do realise, if he goes,
You wouldn't resign. I wouldn't have to. It'd be out of my ear. You'd bring in some smarty pants young... Take one look at me and...
Well, mind we could use some new thinking in Thames Valley.
Thinking, Lewis, thinking, old or new, would be a very welcome change all round.
Not ready for you yet, Morse. Unless you'd like to give me a hand.
stocking tops.
Naked man.
Oh, hell, I gotta be in college in a minute.
So?
It's the big meeting about the mastership.
Don't worry. You're gonna win. You're gonna grind that Julian Stores beneath your chariot wheels.
Well, maybe if we're quick.
Of course, we could always change the statutes, and I could simply stay on as master. One of my predecessors continued in office till 103. I don't know if anyone wants to urge that cause. Mrs. Hammersby, perhaps?
If I had such an urge, Master, I would repress it.
Oh, but it's so bad to repress urges. I never do.
It's 9:35, Master.
Ah, well, when a middle-aged fellow marries one of his students, and a ravishingly beautiful one at that.
I'm so sorry, Master.
The college accepts your apology, Dennis. In my case, with envy. May we proceed?
How close was he when he fired the shot?
Right up against the window. The blind was down. She wouldn't have seen it.
And how the hell did he see her?
Charlie, do the blind bit, would you?
Right.
It was instant, if that's any comfort.
I suppose it's no good asking when.
No, but you can come in now.
People opposite saw Miss James collecting the milk just after 7.
She was Miss?
Miss Rachel James, 27, single, physio. Worked at a clinic on the Woodstock Road. Parents lived Torquay. And the woman next door, she saw what she thought was Miss James's fancy man, round the back there, 25 past.
Fancy indeed.
And another neighbour was taking her dog for a walk along the path at the back there, 7:35. She saw the light on and the crack in the window.
Nice narrow parameters for you, Morse. Should have it all solved before I finish the autopsy.
It's easy enough for you, bullet hole like that.
Oh, a snip. A snip here to see if Miss James was pregnant. A snip there to see if she had some fatal disease. I'll be snipping all morning.
Someone loved her.
Due notice having been given and due process observed, there are therefore only 2 candidates for the office of 35th Master of Lonsdale. Julian Stores and Dennis Cornford. A straight fight like this sadly gives little opportunity for horse trading. But malice and spite are gratifyingly increased by the fact that you know the candidates so well. I'm sure they will both do their best to uphold the college tradition.
Thank you, Master. May the best man win.
I, alas, have no vote, and am therefore spared the blandishments of the candidates. The rest of you will have to bear them as you can. Tomorrow, being Founders' Feast, the electioneering will no doubt be especially intemperate. Any other business? No? Then I declare the meeting closed. A lively young wife in the master's lodgings. Might it not lead to scandal?
Better than an old ghost.
Look at the state of this fence, sir. Anyone could have got through there, no trouble.
Where does this path run to and from, Jackson?
It runs all along behind the houses, sir, out to the road.
Easy enough. Leave the car, walk down the path, through the fence, down the garden. Be in and out in a couple of minutes.
And was he leading her up the garden path beforehand? Who sent that Valentine, Lewis? Fancy man of a certain age. Hands, knees, and bumps, said Daisy. Not exactly top of the pops, is it?
Patient, perhaps?
You'd better get down to that clinic, see what her colleagues have to say.
Julian Stores? Angela, I'm sorry. Yes, it's as we thought. It's just Dennis and me.
Good, then it's ours. I never count chickens, darling, but I do collect debts. I don't care. We're going to win. Just one, Angela. Just to celebrate.
Get those open, will you?
Chief Inspector, it was a single shot, was it?
All in good time.
Anyone hear it? A couple of the neighbours think they may have done. Not Mrs. Adams, though.
No,
She's deaf as a post, even with her hearing aid. And this side, it's Jeff Owen's Oxford man. Well, I didn't hear anything. I'd gone to work.
Well, why the hell didn't you say so before?
8. You've got 8 solid. 4 more,
Yes,
and then
well,
you're home.
the master may be a bastard, but he had Shelley and me to dinner last night with George Summers, Allied Steel Engineering. Nice chap. Used to be a pupil of Clixby's. And
Allied Steel Engineering may be offering the college 2 new fellowships, worth approximately $1.5 million.
How the hell did you know that?
Clixby gave Summers lunch with Julian and Angela Stores. It's obvious. Summers will only stump up if the new master is the one Clixby wants.
Hell.
Well, you must find out what Clixby wants for his support. Angela, needless to say, is telling everyone they've got the mastership in their pocket already.
Then they got another thing coming.
I certainly hope so. We can't have her lording it over the college.
I know it runs against all Oxford tradition, Dora, but I'm not standing just to stock the stores. I actually want the job, and I'm going to get it.
I'm all for flexi time. I can get a day's work in before anyone else arrives, and I miss the traffic both ways. Of course, if I'd known, I'd miss a murder as well.
How did you hear about it?
Della Cecil at number 2. She's a friend of mine. She phoned me at work.
You're not married, I take it?
No.
There's no one else living at your house?
No.
And this Mrs...
Cecil. Miss Cecil. No. She's just a friend. Alas.
And what about Miss James? How well did you know her?
We were neighbours. She borrowed my corkscrew once. I borrowed her jumper.
Did she have a boyfriend? Someone sent her a Valentine.
Not me.
Any close friends in the village?
She and Della were pretty close. Had each other's keys and so on. Why don't you ask her?
Thank you, sir. It would never have occurred to me to question the neighbours.
Look, we go to press soon. I don't suppose our photographer...
You don't suppose correctly, sir.
Right. Thanks.
Good, very good, Nina. Now, I want you to concentrate on finding Cherubino's frustration. Un desiderio che non posso spiegar, mi fa palpitar.
Miss Cecil?
Great stuff, Jeff.
Thanks. Dr. Storrs, this is Jeff Owens, Oxford Mail. We'd like to do a piece on the up-and-coming election at Lonsdale, but I need a bit of background, something about yourself, your wife, your kids. Do you have any kids? I'd especially like to talk to Mrs. Storrs, how she sees the role of master's wife in modern-day Oxford.
Rachel didn't have much luck. With men, I mean. They were always married or turned out gay. I kept telling her she mustn't let herself be a victim. Well, she was down in the dumps after yet another crisis in her love life, so I took her to a concert at Lonsdale. I helped with the music there, you see. I thought little Vivaldi might cheer her up.
It's about all Vivaldi's good for, if you ask me.
Well, Rachel didn't know about music. I don't know, policeman, but...
I'm a Wagner man myself.
Oh, well, Wagner. Now, that is music. I mean, he was a horrible man.
Beauty and ugliness. I meet those in my profession every day. So, what happened at this concert?
There's a fellow of Lonsdale. He's quite well known, actually. Julian Storrs. 60, married, typical Rachel. Of course, she wanted him to leave his wife, but that was never on. Julian... Angela, she's a very strong sort of... I'm sure... I mean, I can't imagine Julian. He's running for master of the college.
I understand you had keys to Miss James's house.
Yes, she was always losing hers.
Did you use them often?
Occasionally. Last month, for instance, she was in London with Julian, and it started to snow. She rang me to go in and switch the central heating on.
You've still got those keys?
At home, yes. Do you want them?
Possibly. Would Dr. Storrs have sent that? Was there anyone else in her life?
Oh, no. No, she may have been a poor picker, but she was always loyal to whom she picked.